So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Sebastian Fundora and his latest performance against Cordell Booker, which saw Fundora retain his belts. And again, it was a very good, dominant and confident and professional performance from Sebastian Fundora. This was the first time I proper watched Fundora fight live, and I can see why it's a problem in the 154 division. He's very big, very tall for the weight. I don't even know how he makes that weight, but he's very massive. When you watch some of the pre-fight, obviously head to head and stuff like that between the pair, it looked like a heavyweight versus like some sort of lightweight or something, because yeah, it was just a massive size difference. But it was a very good dominant performance, and when someone has that much height reach, um, it can be awkward for the taller fighter, because the smaller fighter is obviously going to be coming in with swinging hooks and overhand rights to try and catch you off guard. But Fundora dealt with it quite professionally, and he absolutely demolished Cordell Booker. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, he retained his WBC and WBO belts. But yeah, very good performance. And from here, I no doubt guarantee that Fundora's going to want to try and unify. And obviously, in that division, we know that Terence Crawford has now moved up from welterweight. So could that be a potential fight? Or maybe the IBF champion, Mutar Laziliev. Probably butchered that name, but that could potentially be a fight as well. But we also know that he's got someone in Xander Zayas who currently is ranked #1 in the WBO, and both of these guys did step into the ring afterwards, and I think that could potentially be the next fight for Sebastian Fundora. But it makes sense for a unification bout with him and Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford has the WBO interim title, even though he's a WBA super welterweight champion as well. So potentially could that fight just automatically be signed, sealed, delivered, and that way the winner gets 3 belts and then hopefully tries to take on the IBF champion for an undisputed. Could that happen? But anyhow, in the division, some fantastic names in this 154 division, and it makes it very competitive when a lot of these guys go up against each other. As I mentioned earlier, you got Xander Zayas, up and coming prospect in this weight division. Josh Taylor, Josh Kelly, sorry, he's around there as well. And then obviously you've got the up and coming pup in Callum Walsh, where there's a lot of people singing his praise at this moment in time. I personally haven't seen him fight yet, but he's meant to be a problem. He's meant to be a problem, this Irish guy, so he could potentially be up there as well. And then you've got obviously Israel Madrimov as well. We know what he's done recently. You got Tyson Tszyu there as well. So yeah, some good names in this division, and some of these fights are very going to be competitive when they do hopefully go up against each other at some point as well. But yeah, Fundora certainly a problem, and with that height, depending on how he gets on against obviously the bigger names in the division, as I mentioned, Crawford, maybe the IBF champion, could he potentially even move up to 160? He's got the height. How would he handle the 160 fighters? That'll be interesting. Again, I'm just really gobsmacked how massive he was compared to Cordell Booker. He made Booker look, as I mentioned, like a lightweight, because he was just so small compared to what he was. And again, bearing in mind he's 5'9", and like Fundora, a giant basically. But yeah, but Booker, where does he go from here? He's 33 years of age. I feel as if that was probably it for him. Prior to this fight, he was on a good run. Again, taking on a few opponents, and he was pretty much unbeaten in his last six fights, give or take. But not really taking on any names within those fights. But again, he was undefeated. His last loss was to Austin Williams as well. So what his pretty much his record's suggesting is that every time he kind of steps up, he loses, sort of thing, and that's what it is at the minute. As I mentioned, he's 33 years of age. Is he going to get another world title shot? Probably not. But it is what it is. He did well. I think it was the size that was awkward for him because he just couldn't really bypass Fundora's jab. And every time he was coming in, he was getting caught with it. Then it was the right hand, then it was the uppercut and the hooks. It was a array of shots from Fundora, and he did what he had to do. And when you're the bigger and, well, not bigger in your size, but when you're the taller fighter in that ring, you have to utilize your tools, and you have to like make it awkward for your opponent and stick to your guns and be professional. Fundora could have tried to have, mixed it toe to toe, maybe throwing hooks at close range, but he probably would have come off second best because he's got longer levers, whereas you're the shorter guy, it's easier to get your shots off a little bit quicker. So he did well by keeping it out of range and catching Cordell Booker as he was coming in, etc. And it was a good stoppage at the time. Got no qualms with the stoppage. Booker looked demolished, but he did well. He did well, Booker. And that's my thoughts really. What's your thoughts?